doing, Fuggy? I hope you guys are doing just great, you know? I made a video earlier. It's like so freaking long. But I just feel like I needed to talk about this like really quick. Because first of all, welcome to my channel. This is like a dream interpretation channel. I dream about like a lot of different celebrities that I used to like really like. Actors, actresses, and rappers and singers, worship singers, and like worldly singers. And they're all like people that I think are like beautiful or like, you know, for some reason. And they all represent like different principalities. Like some worship singers I've seen, like who have I seen? Like Brandon Lake, I've seen him as like deliverance from like having redemption but no glory, like having a dead-end job. He represents like deliverance from like that type of thing. I've seen Jen Johnson as someone that gives like favor for like deceitful righteousness. Unfortunately, I've seen her as that, for like believing that like having favor for the world, and because you can't see, like maybe she represents like a principality for the world, for people to have favor for like whoever it is they like, just because they can't see, like a veil for like people on earth who can't see in the spirit. Maybe that's like what she represents. And but for my life, I think she represents like a deceitful veil, like liking these celebrities, but now that I can see in the spirit, I can see like a lot of curses like in their music. And so I stopped listening to them. Who else did I see? Amanda Cook. I seen her as someone that like gave me favor for having like no glory in sin, and then like turned her back on me kind of for some reason, like leaving this world of rap music and everything, but like having nothing to like help with it, you know, I guess. Unfortunately, that's who I saw her at. And I've seen like some of my old pastors, and like some of my videos, I'm like talking so much shit about that church, and like, you know, I'm really sorry. It's just like I can't see, or I'm like battling confusion all the time. So I know like when I was at that church, I got possessed and all this stuff, and I like blamed the church for it, for like horrible testing. But I know that that favor came from like these rappers and singers that I saw in the past. Like I actually seen favor for this like horrible testing on my life coming from like their music videos and shit. So like I can't really blame the church. I know that the church was only trying to help me get my life back together, and they did. And in these videos, I'm gonna talk about how they helped me like get back all my promises from like all the destruction in my past from listening to these like worldly singers, and how they gave me favor to what you call it to recover my world and recover my protection because of this like curse, you know. Even though my world got like destroyed, I got kicked out of the church, I got like possessed and like all this crazy stuff after I started having my dreams and everything at that church. So I know that like when that happened and I had these like horrifying visions, it's because of like now, like in the past I was seeing everything that I'm seeing now on earth, like all these curses and all these celebrities and actors and actresses. And I know that actors, like they get paid to pretend to be like someone that they're not. Like they pretend to be someone righteous in the spirit, but they curse them. Like the whole movie they'll just curse someone righteous and they'll get paid for it. Like that's how they make a living, apparently. That's what I've seen in the spirit. And these singers, they worship like destruction. Like if they see a movie where someone righteous is like fighting this destruction, they'll try to come up with some type of plan to like destroy their recovery, okay? So like in my past I already fought this whole like curse. And when I was at the church, we like completely like destroyed this thing. And I got different favor for doing different things there. So when I was at this church recently, this one like right by my apartment, I saw like this lady, and I know that her spirit represented the beauty of this like sinful curse. And now that I can understand in the spirit, I know that I have to battle the beauty of this sinful thing that they're doing to me for this thing to like fall apart first. So like that was who I seen, and she was like doing some type of dance. Like I have to battle the beauty of these people doing this first, which I like already have, you know, because I was deceived into favoring them in the past because I couldn't see the truth. Now I can see the truth. I don't favor any of these people, unfortunately. I mean, I do favor like people in my world, you know, but like I have to like talk about it because it's my testimony. So I saw this girl like doing a dance at this church yesterday, and she was saying like she was doing some dance like this, and like she was a beautiful woman, but she represented like the strength of this curse, okay? And in my last video I talked about how she was like introducing my plan, saying that like waiting on God for my future is like the world already has favor for me to stop waiting on God for my destiny, and a curse of obedience, listening to the world music, is already losing authority. I stopped listening to them, so now the message is out there. And so her plan was to just destroy the truth about my past. That was like what I seen the spirit as. And she was standing for like a rule for like wisdom for lies. Like she was speaking for like the celebrities, I guess. But I saw in the past that I saw TB Joshua delivering me from this covenant with these actors that are doing this to me in the past. And then I like had some type of curse of self-destruction at the time, or maybe it represented the future, and like they were mad at me or something that I left this covenant with them. And then like now I'm seeing like these singers that I used to like, and in these visions I'm actually seeing like the reason why I had these horrifying visions at the church, because I was seeing this like damn devils and all these people that were cursing me. Like I'm not even seeing them, I'm seeing like the evil principalities. You know, the Bible says that we don't fight with the flesh, we fight the rulers and the principalities of the dark, you know, kingdom of darkness and this and that. So excuse me. So like, oh my god, this was such like kind of a scary thing. Like when I got possessed at the church, you know, I know that it was because of a curse of all these like worldly singers, and I like left my body. So I had a vision of why that happened in the past because of what happened yesterday, okay? Like I seen this curse up close at this church I was at. For some reason she was performing there, and I seen her because of the clothes she was wearing. She was wearing like a black thing with like gold on it. She represented the beauty of like the sinful testing in my life for these like celebrities, I guess. And I'm assuming she was trying to like put on a show for the church to be in agreement with what they're doing to me. Okay, so she left. Like she got exposed. I saw her. She left as soon as she did that, and then we just went on with the service. I wasn't really paying too much attention after that because I felt like I was like falling asleep. And then I kind of just like started waking up. So what happened when I was watching this thing yesterday, like I had a vision of this damn bug. It was horrifying. It was like bent over like this, and it just like lifted up off the floor, okay? And it had like eyes. It was like, oh my god, how do I even explain this thing? Like I'm trying to like draw a picture of it. I don't even know how to explain this thing. It was just like a bug. It was just weird, okay? It was like, this is a horrible drawing, but it's like, let's say like this is the legs of the bug. It was bent over like this, and I seen it coming out the ground like this, and on top are like the eyes, you know? This is like a really ugly picture. I wouldn't want you guys to see this anyways because it's scary. But this was like how I seen this thing. Like if this is the legs and this was its back, but its back had like all these ugly, disgusting eyes on it, and I lifted up off the ground this like thing. This is what I saw when I was watching this performance at this church, and I heard myself scream and like run. Like I'm assuming that was when I like was possessed or something, because I was so scared I left my own body. That's creepy. beyond creepy. And then like I started falling asleep in church. Like I started feeling like I was like falling asleep. Like I know that I told her at the end when I started praying. I'm gonna talk about what I did at the church in the past to like beat this damn curse that's happening now and this destruction after I saw it. Because it was so frightening, it almost killed me. Okay, so like I got delivered from fear in the past by prayer. So the fear I got delivered from in the past was like these gangbangers, you know, gangbangers in the past that I used to hang around with. They could represent principalities for fear. Okay, I got delivered from those spirits that were in those men that were like taunting my dreams as a child up until like recently through prayer. Okay, now I'm not just fighting this principalities of fear and these people around me. I'm like fighting something bigger, you know. So after that, I seen like this spider legs. It was disgusting. It was like, this was like a walrus, and there was like these like disgusting spider legs coming out from over this wall. This was after I seen this nasty like bug. So the bug represents like prophecy, right? Like these evil celebrities can somehow like see my plans because the kingdom of heaven worships like the good things, you know. So every time I left the church, I was like interrogated and attacked by them because I wasn't running, right? Like if you're running the race of faith, you're going to church, you're loving God, you're worshiping God, these motherfuckers can't catch you because they can't even stand. If they love the world in the spirit, they're like asleep, they're laying down. That means like you're sinful, you can't see. And so the only time they could catch me is when I wasn't running, when I was being sinful. That was the only time they could catch me, and that's why I seen this nasty bug of like prophecy, because every time they like cursed me with something, I would like leave the church. That was the only time they can know what was going on in my life. Okay, and seeing this like nasty spider things means that there's strength for a new beginning. This is like an annoyance against my new beginning. Like now my world is still like destroyed, I'm still isolated, revival is like slim picking. Like I'm definitely facing like all types of curses of poverty and destruction that I know came from this like Cardi B rapper. Like I've seen her music videos. A lot of her shit is like a curse. Okay, like talking about her because of my testimony, but I do not favor, like I'm not a fan of like a lot of these people anymore, unfortunately. Oh my god, it was so creepy. Then after that, I was like, after I seen the spider represents this annoyance against me having a new beginning from this curse, because I hadn't given my testimony, I guess, and they're still battling my revival. This curse and like these Illuminati freaks or whatever. And you know, after, I'm sorry, let me go back. I seen this lady holding a flower and like falling over, tipping over. That means like this lady represented favor for being in the pit, although you're righteous, but I've seen it falling over. So the reason I couldn't have a new beginning is because people kept giving me favor. Like the same people that attacked me were trying to give me favor and just kept this curse going over and over and over and over again. Now I'm gonna give you favor for suffering in the past, and then you're gonna have favor for suffering in the future, and I'm just gonna keep giving you favor for suffering. We're just gonna keep doing this over and over. And that was like what I saw this lady as. And then I seen this other lady walking out this door, this glass door. She had like a ponytail, and it was like a twist. I think that she represents like someone in the past that was standing. I seen this lady as like Jen Johnson, that gives people favor for pretending to be righteous when they're not, like actors or something. And she was the beauty in the past of this calamity, okay? Like making someone suffer look beautiful so that people in the world can favor it. Like that's what I seen her as. But then I seen someone holding this thing and like tipping over, like all this favor you guys have for making this thing look beautiful when it's not, and it's horrendous, and really it looks like a freaking bug. That's what it is in the spirit. It's a disgusting, scary looking bug, okay? That's your beauty for lying about what's righteous and what's not. And then I seen this like thing was like humongous towering over me, like all black. It was like it looked like death. I saw it when I was watching the damn thing at church. Okay, this is what I saw in the spirit, because my mind knew that this is what this was. So I saw it in the spirit, like I saw the demon in this thing as this like disgusting prophetic bug that's fighting my opportunities because they know the truth about my life and what's happening, unfortunately. But you know, you cannot fight the truth forever. At the end of her thing, she just wanted to like destroy the truth, and that's how she was planning to fight my plans in the future. You can't destroy the truth because I'm already giving my testimony, you know. So this lady was like, she looked like smoke, kind of. It was like, I don't know if it was a lady or not, but she represented the beauty for this curse. It's really a curse of death, okay? It looks like a bug with eyes on its back, okay, that has a prophecy of my past. It's an annoyance against my new beginnings, because every time I have a new beginning, they come out with some type of song or some shit where they're fighting my destiny. And in my last video, I have like this whole verse of where Jesus Christ is saying that he's going to destroy all these people, okay? In Luke 19 is where he talks about how he destroys these people for fighting God's timing for peace and trying to fight his favor when it's time for him to have favor in the Bible. And he says that he's going to make all of their people destroy them. And then I seen like this lady, this thing, super tall. It had like black smoke coming off of it. I didn't see a face or nothing. And it was like a draped long gown. And it was like black smoke coming off of it. And I just like had my daughter in my lap, and I was like looking up at it, like scooting back with my baby in my lap in this vision. That means that there's like long influence of shame and death that's been on my life because of these Illuminati people or whoever. Their influence obviously is bigger than mine, right? Because they have favor for the world when they shouldn't. So I was looking up at them, waiting on God for favor from the past, okay? And the favor that I'm talking about that shows up when I see this big ass turtle. I seen this humongous ass turtle after that, like huge. It was bigger than this, like it might have been like the same height of this thing. This like black smoke thing was like intimidating me at this church. The turtle was like bigger than that and like huskier, because it was just like a humongous like muscular turtle. And I know like when I fought this in the past was when I was going to church, okay? Like apparently like we knew that in the spirit this curse was going to be on my life and my whole world was going to be destroyed. So when I was at the church, I started serving in the church. I was in the prayer ministry, right? So that means that I became a principality for prayer to fight this principality of fear and death, okay? Because prayer beats, in my past, prayer beat fear. So now I'm not just beating a spirit of fear. I had to fight the principality for fear with this church. You know, I'm assuming the church was fighting with me, but gave me the spirit and gave me favor for being a principality for prayer when I was praying for people at church to beat this curse in the future, okay? That's happening now. That's still in my revival. And after that, I was in this program called Celebrate Recovery because I was on drugs, you know, because of this curse that I've seen. And so I mean, Celebrate Recovery. That means I was in that program for a long time. Me being in that program represented this like big ass turtle that's far bigger and stronger than the influence of this shame and death that was intimidating me at this church, okay, when I saw it, or in the past. The turtle was standing like, you want me to fight for you now? Like, hell yeah, please. I need a favor now, you know? My life is fucked up. That's like, this turtle represents this program at Newlife Midway, Celebrate Recovery, because I was there for a very long time. I was there like religiously, you know? So that program represented me beating death, recovery to my body, and recovery from self-destruction. And then I had my daughter, you know, and I was taking pills at the time, and I ended up getting I had like a DCFS case for my daughter because I couldn't hide the fact that I was on drugs, and then I got on like some heavier drugs because of my daughter's father. Again, like another curse. Them trying to battle my recovery, okay? And then I couldn't hide that from them, and I ended up getting on like this methadone program, okay? So, you know, DCFS helps you. Like, for some reason, I felt like they were like the enemy. They're not. They help you to make sure that your kid's safe, and make sure that you're safe, and make sure that you guys can maintain your family and your household and your finances. Make sure that you have everything you need, and in the spirit. So I overcame death in the past because I was serving the church as a principality for prayer. I was praying for the team, you know, for the unions in the church, or for people that just, you know, needed prayer. That was how apparently the church gave me favor to beat this damn death, you know. And recovery. So joy to beat this death, joy and strength to recover my strength in the future. And then having DCFS means that the principalities, like the kingdom of heaven, gave me favor to recover all of my promises in the future that were destroyed by this thing, okay? Because they make sure that your child's okay. My daughter represents my future. She represents a promise from God. So all the promises I had in the past that were destroyed because I couldn't see, like when I was in the hospital, I couldn't hide that I had this drugs in my system. That means that at the church, I couldn't hide this curse. For some reason, I wanted to lie about it because I felt like I was just gonna like get in trouble. So at my church, these people knew that I had this curse within my spirit or my body. So they, you know, like gave me favor to be delivered from this curse in the form of this like state assistance called DCFS, okay? And I carried out this program, the methadone program, and I was free from it. And apparently, like, that was our plan to overcome this like curse of destruction and curse against all my promises that they like keep battling. Like, I already beat them when I beat self-destruction. So I beat confusion and attacking people that I love or attacking people that care about me when I overcame self-destruction, okay? Like, I could see now. And then I worked as like a camera person at the church, and I also tried to work as like the person that's like behind the computer that like records and this and that. So that represents, I wasn't there for that long, but it represents me being able to program redemption or a program service for myself, and it also represents me having favor for exposure in the future. That's like what we did in this church before this damn curse of destruction threw my ass out of there, you know. But apparently, like, we already like did stuff before that happened to overcome them, and so that I could receive all my promises, so that I could recover my strength, recover my world. You know, like, celebrate recovery means giving me strength to recover my my strength in God, like a good church. And DCFS represents like the world, you know, like strength to recover my world is what happened when I was in that program. The state helped me. The state or government assistance can represent like Christ or the principalities, you know. And what else? That was pretty much it, you know. Apparently, like, we really was like working when I was in that church because we knew this damn curse of death was coming, apparently, okay. But we already like did all these things in the past, apparently, or they like gave me favor for it. So when I was like seeing this big tall death thing and like scooching back, it means I'm waiting on God for this favor from the Celebrate Recovery in the past, and like favor from the DCFS program, the methadone program, to get off of these drugs. Like drugs in the spirit can represent like witchcraft, okay, like curses. So I had to like do that and recover from it to be free from these curses, you know. So that's like pretty much it, I guess. That's how myself and the church decided we were gonna overcome this in my life. because I was praying for deliverance for a very, very long time, okay? You know, like in the Bible, in the book of Luke, like there's like many things where he's healing people nonstop, you know? And I remember one time one of the pastors that was counseling me was talking about this lady that was bent over. She couldn't stand up straight because she had a spirit that was cursing her for 18 years, okay? And he just like told her to stand, and that was it. She got delivered from this curse. 18 years, okay? Like if you interpret that, that could represent like someone. 18 could mean like a new beginning. So this lady in the spirit represents like what I'm going through. Like every time I have a new beginning, there's a new curse, okay? So when Jesus Christ saw this lady and he healed her and that was it, that represents like my whole life at this church in the past. Before like the principalities, or for whatever reason God gave them enough power to attack me. And that was like how I guess we survived it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you know? You guys have a blessed day. Keep on keeping on, and pray for me and pray for all the holy saints. And pray for clarity and peace in these times, and revival and provision. And that's it, okay? Bye.